Welcome back everybody to my channel. I'm Leo Garcia and today we have for advice and what to do. My husband committed financial infidelity and I'm struggling to move forward. Believe it or not, that happens to a lot of people, especially when you're in your relationships, you're trying to get things through. That happens a lot. A lot of people don't think it does, but it does. The best thing you can do in situations is to always have good communication. That's the best thing you can do. But let's see what happens here. I'm looking for some outside perspective on a situation that has been ongoing for 4 years now. Aside from this situation, my husband is an amazing husband and dad. He is hands-on, does a lot around the house. He puts us all first, and he is the type of husband and dad everyone prays for, which is why this is so conflicting. 4 years ago, my husband quit his job to run a business. Parentheses, together 12 years at this point with 3 kids. So I've been together for a while, okay. And it looks, okay. So y'all are both in y'all's 40s and y'all been together for 12 years. Cool. I was completely on board and supportive. I would work extra if needed to help get business rolling and gave him the go ahead. Awesome. Y'all working together. That's a good thing. You always want that. Through the first year, I checked in and asked if we were making enough for our bills. If I needed to work extra, I asked about it, different things. During that time, we planned a trip to the happiest place on earth, went out for lunch at least twice a week, and bought a lot of luxury we never had previously. My husband was in charge of our finances. One person being in charge of the finances isn't something that is recommended by many, and even by me, I wouldn't know. One person being in charge of the finances, not a good thing. You always want 2 people working together with finances because it allows both people to know exactly what's going on in this situation. Let's keep reading. There were a few red flags I noticed. The gas company sent an employee out to shut off the gas. I was told it was an oversight and a payment was made right then to stop the disconnection. One of our bank accounts was in the negative and I was told that it was another oversight and money was switched from one account to the other, making up for the mistake. I wanted something new for our house I would need to finance and was rejected for my income to debt ratio being too high. Was told to pay off the credit cards and I would qualify. My husband told me the amount the credit cards were. I worked extra and they were paid and still I did not qualify. I feel unease and again asked if everything was being paid and was assured we were in good financial standing. Trying to get that gut feeling, and that's the thing about it. Once you start getting that good feeling something's going on, you want to pay attention to that and you want to start really digging into the situation and seeing what's really going on. Once your body's telling you, your gut's telling you, hey, something doesn't look right, something's not adding up, it's time to start doing investigations and looking into it personally and not just asking questions because like you said, your husband was telling you we're good, it's just an oversight, a miscalculation of someone's ignorance or something. Nope, it's time to start doing your own investigations and seeing what's really going on. So let's keep reading. Fast forward another year and my husband told me it was time he get a job. Business was slow, he was bored, and so he got a job. I started receiving phone calls of credit card debt. The first time it happened, my husband told me it was a scam and showed me the account they claimed I owed a huge amount. It was at a 0 balance. Not good at all. The next time I just hung up, believed it was a scam. The third time I sat my husband down, asked what was going on. I had to beg, plead, and cry to get an answer. He told me we had an X amount in credit card debt. I was shocked. I made a budget to pay off the debt ASAP. That's great. That's good. It sounds like you're on top of it. You're the financial one, stable. It sounds like your husband's a little bit off about that. You're getting on it. As I was working extra to pay it off, I asked multiple times if there was more debt or anything else. Was promised there wasn't. I forgave my husband. He said he didn't want to worry me with finances and to be proud of him, and he just didn't know how to get out of the hole he dug. Yeah, pride does get you there. Everybody wants to look like the hero, like they have all the answers. You just don't have the answers to it. The credit cards were used to pay off our regular bills, but also to keep up the facade that he was successful. You're still using credit cards. I would pull back from the credit cards. That's what keeps getting, putting you on the hole is the credit cards. Pull back from them. Try to pay everything off in cash. I did secure every single account to be sure he wasn't gambling or had an addiction I didn't know about. He was clean there. That's good. I mean, you're starting to do your homework. I mean, you're really looking into it now, and that's great. I also feel guilty that he had shouldered this all on his own and felt that I should taken at least some responsibility. I should not have been so hands off. And that's true. You shouldn't have let him take over the wheel, even though he said, "Oh, I got this. Oh, we both got this. Not you. We. I worked extra and the debt was paid off in 2 months. Love that overtime." That's funny. You got that in caps. I love that overtime. That's good. I mean, you're not scared of work. That's a working woman right there. That's a good woman, too. You're a good woman. I received another call from an original debt collector that started the chain reaction that I still owed X amount. My husband denied it first, then said he forgot about it. Then, after begging and pleading for the truth, told me it was true, and he had actually showed me a bogus account that had zero balance on it. I told him our marriage was over, as I had already said previously that if anything else came up after promising it was only X amount, I could not forgive and move forward. Wow. I get it, because I mean, you're trying to dig out of a hole for yourselves, and this man keeps pulling you under. I mean, I get that. I mean, there's only so much you can do to forgive somebody until you start losing that trust, that love for them. You start to, lose it. Long story short, I was working extra to pay the new accounts off. My checks were garnished by the IRS for mistakes made in our previous tax returns. Yeah, you can't mess with the IRS. They got enough power to do whatever the heck they want. And garnish your checks? Heck yeah, they will. Shoot every nickel and dime they want. Then I found out that mail was being hidden as well, and it could have all been avoided with a payment plan. The IRS does give you the chance to make a payment plan, but if he's hiding the mail, woo. He also admitted to tampering with our tax returns for extra money. You don't mess with the IRS. Even if you get away with something now, one day you're gonna get caught. Don't. I also found out that it was my name on all the credit card debts. Ooh. This guy isn't making it easy to be with him. There were days he spent all day telling me how he was on the phone with debt collectors working things out, only to find out a month later that those situations never happened. He was just placating me because he was scared of what I would do. Hell yeah. I mean, he's dragging you down. Shoot. There was no debt that he swore he didn't owe, and there was one debt that he swore he didn't owe, and he got angry with me for asking him to call the company in front of me. Yeah, he might get angry, start screaming and yelling, but shoot. Now it's time to really buckle down on your husband. He did so and yelled at the agent and hang up, only to find out he knew we owed the money and was saving face by yelling at an innocent person. A lot of people take their anger out on innocent people only to make themselves feel better or try to get away from things like that. Jesus. Damn, your husband's pretty bad. Jeez. But I mean, some people will do anything to live that high life and make themselves look like they have money when they have no money. That's a shame. During this time, we were in counseling together, an individual. It came out that he is a pleaser and will do anything, say anything, not to get in trouble. He took psych tests and had evaluate done and continues to do counseling to this day because he wants to be a better man. Well, he's getting help. All the lies are coming to the crashing end. I took over the finances and we were able to be debt free and are in great financial standing. That's great. That's good that you took over. You're the stronghold of the house now that has the finances together. That's good. I agreed to stay, but we live more as roommates on my end. He is upset that I'm not interested in a traditional marriage. I have tried to work through the anger, the bitterness, and try to understand how this happened. And I do understand why he initially lied and forgave him for that, but I can't get over the repeated lies which spanned over an entire year and only came out because I begged and pleaded and got phone calls and garnishments and etc. Truth always comes out at the end. The truth will always come out. I stayed because I do love him as a person. He makes me laugh and we are compatible in every other way. And I said He is an amazing dad and husband other than the nightmare. I would consider that like a sickness for him. But I'm not romantic with him. I have no interest in that aspect as I feel disrespected. And honestly, I would yell at any other woman about how dumb they are to stay through the same thing like this. Yeah, everybody's always got something to say about other people's situations. And my thing was always the same thing about when people cheat on you. You know, you should just walk away and leave it. But as you get older, you start to realize certain things and you try to work through things. Some people can't just walk away through a situation. And like you said, y'all have been married for 12 years. You have 3 kids together. I mean, he's a great man other than the lies of money. And, you know, there's not an easy solution to everything. I mean, any other single person or people that don't really have ever gone through something like this, they'll just tell you walk away and do all that. But not until it hits you, it happens to you, the situation's different. He, on the other hand, is waiting for the day I wake up and I am his wife again. That's sad. That's sad. I don't foresee this happening. I feel nothing sexual towards him, yet I do feel love and smile when I think of him. You still love him. You still love him. You might not love the situation he put y'all in and what happened and the lying, but you still love him. For you to still feel like that and still smile in the thought of him, because there's other people that go through stuff and they think of their ex or the people that did them wrong and they feel nothing but hatred. You, on the other hand, still smile. You still think good of him. I don't want to waste his life staying with him when he could find someone to give him everything he needs. Yet at the same time, I enjoy his company and all he does for our family and honestly would miss him. You still love him. You're just really hurt and it's going to take years for recovery. Years for something like this to recover. I mean, he didn't cheat on you. He just, messed up with the money and trying to keep a lie going. Full disclosure, I have no interest in ever being with anyone else. So even if we did separate, I'd be single for the rest of my life. We'd have also talked about him leaving and still coming over to see the kids every day, and he said he'd still do everything he does now, so there's no reason to separate if he'll be there all the time anyway. Okay, now you're just trying to justify the situation, but y'all still have feelings for each other. He still has feelings for me, and he's trying his best to get himself better, but the damage is done. It's all about now, it's time with healing and communicating with one another. It would just devastate the kids and take finances away from them. Trying to justify the situation. Okay. I go back and forth daily. Has anyone been through this and came out to the other side intact? The people have is because they worked hard, communicated. I mean, you gotta if you're not seeing a counselor, I would consider going to counseling and seeing to talk to somebody. And here we go. The counselor acknowledges my feelings, so you are going to counseling, and that's good. If you can get past that emotion and build something new, it wouldn't be the same thing you had before. It would be something brand new. I mean, y'all could still make it work. The counselor acknowledges my feelings and also acknowledges that my husband loves and adores me, and he has done everything he can to be a better version of himself. And at this point, there's nothing more to be done as he continues to seek guidance and do everything I've asked. And that's how it ends. Whoa. That's a lot. So clearly he loves you. He messed up because he was trying to basically give you everything and make you happy. For him to be a man, he wanted to give you everything he could, but he lied. I mean, lies, especially as many lies as that with finances, and I mean, putting y'all's family at risk with finances. I mean, that doesn't make someone question a lot. But he still loves you. He still is trying to better himself. That's good. And the only thing I got to say is give it time, keep seeing the counselor, and work through it slowly. You're not going to get to the end very quickly. I would say that you're just working on it, basically. You want to work on the relationship. Sure, you don't feel the same for him right now, but you can grow to feel something for him again. You do say you do love him, and you smile when you think of him. That's a good thing. And the only thing that's slowing you down is all the lies. If he can change that, you would still want to be with him. But I get the whole pain that everything that's happened that's already taken its toll. My recommendation is just keep moving forward together, counseling, work slow. You're not, even if y'all don't sleep in the same room, I mean, it takes time for these things. You can't get to where you want to be quickly. You want the feelings to be gone. You want everything to go back good, and this doesn't work like that. So you're doing everything right. I mean, counseling, talking, one day at a time. That's all you can do. There's nothing else you can do. There's no one answer that's gonna solve everything. And I could be wrong. I could be wrong. And the relationship's over. You just wanna stay together, as you said, roommates now for the kids. So one day at a time. And after a year or two, if you still feel very harsh towards them, then yeah, you don't want to make that clear. And hopefully you wouldn't let the children make a huge decision impact for yourself. Don't let the children's feeling decide your final decision. When it's time to move on, it's time to move on. The only thing you can do with your kids is be honest with them and tell them, explain to them what's going on. And that's my advice on that one. I mean, wow, that's a hell of a story. You went through some stuff right there. Really, you did. I'm wishing you the best. I hope you do come to a solid answer, because right now everything's in question. But like I said, one day at a time, keep seeing a counselor, communicating. That's the best thing you can do. Other than that, guys, that was today's thing. Today's question / perspective, story, advice. Like, comment, and subscribe. But until next time, guys, take care. Bye.